following this rocket launch here. Victor, talk to me a little bit more about this this question of the political pressure here, because you've looked at the whole picture, the technological picture, the political side, the military side. I would guess that one of the real concerns for world governments all over, including the United States government, is what will it take to slow the North Koreans down? They have their own technological problems, but they just keep pushing on.
That's right. They just keep pushing on, and we haven't been able to deter them. You know, I think that again, from a U.S. government perspective, I think that the administration planned in advance of this. They probably had internal meetings. They had a plan of action the minute this missile was launched, both a press strategy and a United Nations Security Council strategy, as well as an allied strategy. I think when they go to the UN Security Council, as Jill said, with the U.S. in the chair, the focus will be on trying to get a unanimous statement about how this is a violation of UN Security Council Resolution 1718 and 1874, and we'll probably try to call on everybody to have more effective sanctions. I don't think they'll go for another resolution, because it's really these two resolutions that contain most of the sanctions. And then I think the play is going to be on China, because China has signed up to these resolutions, but the problem has been that they haven't been effectively enforcing them. And I think the play will then be to put a lot of pressure on China behind the scenes to really start to enforce these resolutions, which include counterproliferation. So that means, you know, stopping everything at the border between China and North Korea, if possible closing off Chinese airspace to North Korean flights. I mean, that's where I think the play is going to be. And then the public, the sort of press strategy will be one in which they don't want a crisis, because they feel like the North Koreans strive on crises. They like to create crises, so they're going to try to be very calm about this. And the allied strategy is really going to be focused on making sure the U.S., Japan, and South Korea, the three allies in the region, are closely coordinated, that we're all saying the same thing in terms of what we see in terms of the rocket and our assessment of it, and in terms of our political positions. I would assume that one of our high-level officials will go out to the region very soon, shortly after this. And then the other thing I think is everybody on the intelligence side is going to be collecting data on this, but also watching what is happening at the nuclear site, because, you know, there are concerns that they are preparing for a third nuclear test.
And that is a pattern we have seen many times before.